ఇది నేను సేవ్ చేయాలా కదా?
లైవ్ స్టార్ట్
అయిందండి.
Okay friends, welcome to 100th episode of Thinking and Destiny book club, my dear friends. Today we are celebrating 100th episode. Before starting the program, my humble pranams to Dr. Brahmaji Pitama Patriji and Swarnamala Patri madam. So before going to the session, we'll do 2 minutes of meditation. Just remove your spectacles. Sit comfortably. Clasp your hands, cross your legs. Gently close your eyes. Today is a full moon day. Let's connect to the full moon energies. Gently close your eyes. We are all connecting to the group consciousness, connecting to the percival consciousness. Just observe your normal, easy and soft breath. Okay friends, keep both hands on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Gently open your eyes. Thank you. Before recap, today we have a small surprise to Prasanna garu. Very small surprise, just a minute.
balancing.
One important note that you are responsible. Whichever thought you released, as your thought is your destiny. Your body, your health is literally the result of your thoughts. Oh my goodness. After death, what happens, and so many new concepts, and still we are learning through this book.
And this book is a deeper understanding of who we are and why we are here. Every episode is new for me and learning something new. That is very interesting. When you started appreciating everything, what will happen is you feel so nice. Every day will be so joyous. That joy is coming within you. It's not coming outside.
I really congratulate for Prasanna's commitment doing these sessions regularly every week. And thank you, Prasanna. And thank you, Sirisha.
My special thanks to you, Prasanna Medisetti.
Remember, whenever you do things, body, mind, soul together, whatever you say will manifest. Whatever you think will manifest.
Friends, just follow PMCSA channel and listen on Thinking and Destiny. Thank you, Masters.
Thank you. It was a surprise to me.
Hello, Masters. Welcome to Thinking and Destiny. I'm Sirisha Pamidi from Georgia. We are celebrating 100th episode of Thinking and Destiny. My deepest pranams to our Master, Dr. Brahmaji Pita Mahapatreji, for introducing such a wonderful book to all of us. I follow every word of Patri sir, so I wanted to start reading the book, but it's very tough and totally new words for me. I thought it would be good if someone read this book and explain it to us. My intuition told me to approach Prasanna Medisetti to do a book club on thinking and destiny for PMCSA. Immediately she accepted and given great wisdom of Percival through PMCUSA. Today is 100th episode. My heartfelt gratitude to her and hats off to her commitment and dedication. She explained in a simple way with easy examples. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. Arthur Harold W. Percival in the year 1892 had astonishing experience in the New York streets. One light that is greater than sunlight entered into his head and awakened eternal consciousness. So, in that way, I connected this book. Friends, just let me share a few things I understood through Prasanna's words. We are triune self. That means we are doer, thinker, knower. The knower as selfless, as selfness and I-ness. The thinker as reason, rightness. The doer as desires and feelings. So, a part of the doer resides in our adrenal glands. That is also new wisdom to me. A part of the thinker resides in our heart and lungs. A part of knower resides in pituitary and pineal glands. One important note here that you are responsible, whichever thought you released. As your thought is your destiny. Your body, your health is literally the result of your thoughts. Oh my goodness. So he explained in a logical way. Your breath is your breath form, that means it's a soul. After death, what happens and how we goes through 12 planes, so many things he explained through this book. So many new concepts and depth of wisdom about psychic powers, mediumships, about God, religion, free will, and real thinking, and realm of permanence. So many. Still we are learning. My special thanks to you, Prasanna Medisetti. Thank you so much. Friends, just follow the PMCSA channel and listen on Thinking and Destiny. Thank you, Masters.
Namaste, all great masters. Thinking and destiny is very difficult for me to understand, but Prasanna explains this book very easily and better explanations and beautiful examples so that I can understand this book very easily. In this book, Percival explains how our own thoughts become our own destiny in our individual lives. that each of us is responsible for these thoughts and their effects on us and others too. And this book is a deeper understanding of who we are and why we are here. Every episode is new for me and learning something new. That is very interesting. So, congratulations, Prasanna garu, finishing on 100 episodes successfully. Thank you, Prasanna garu, and thank you all other masters.
Hi, Thinking and Destiny book session group. Congratulations in completing 100 Thinking and Destiny sessions on this Thursday. It's a lot of commitment on Prasanna and Sirisha and the team, the T&D team for their commitment in doing these sessions. By attending Prasanna's Thinking and Destiny sessions regularly, I learned a lot. And then I read these sessions and summarized for the following week. By doing this also, I learned what Percival is saying, how our thinking, helps in our day-to-day life. And also, I really congratulate for Prasanna's commitment doing these sessions regularly every week. And thank you, Prasanna. And thank you, Sirisha.
Oh my God, it's a surprise.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy with your summarization in few sentences, right? Rajni Garu wants to say something. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, congratulations, Prasanna. And Prasanna literally holding my hand and taking me to many, many places. And this is this book is such a revealing, and actually the Percival, the author, read all our scriptures and put everything in one book. We have to study Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutras, so many, but this was like organized in a logical way, like Sirisha is saying, and just easy to understand. I know it's a big book, more than 1,000 pages, but it's really, it applies to our daily life. Like you're saying, thoughts. I have seen so many thoughts. I think then something show up on YouTube, what I thought I wanted to know. So it's like a thinking manifests, a lot. And if I think something like I get to, like somebody comes into my life, like Prasanna, or something else, like a PMC came into my life. So many things, because I wanted to learn more and learn more. So this is very true. And whoever wants to know, how our mind works, what is this progression, how we are evolving, all these are in this book. If anybody wants to go back and watch all these episodes, it will be amazing. I am so lucky to be, part and be listening all these episodes. So congratulations, Prasanna, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajni Garu. We missed your video actually. Today you expressed your thoughts today. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. My hearty congratulations to you for your hats off to your dedication and commitment. Thank you once again. Thank you.
We all need to
are you
thank
surprised?
Patri sir. We all need to thank Patri sir,
Yeah.
who bring that book, forced us to learn. In fact, okay. So even though we have a commitment, we can read and all the things, but he is the one who persistently asked me and persistently until I start, he didn't leave me. So that is his guidance, his wisdom, his wish is there that we all need to learn that book. Okay, so one is teaching, one is listening. This is all like, it is all, we are all interdependent. We are all learning each other. That's also, we need to thank each other. Yeah, I can say. If, the commitment and all also the universe is giving some kind of force. Yeah, in general, my quality is also like that. If I say that I want to do, I'll do rain or shine kind of thing. So maybe Patri sir found that thing. She will not give up. So as I say always, he could see many more than we could see ourselves. That's the reason he would have assigned. And when I'm maybe slipping down, he also attached you because he will not stop me. So it's a good combination of the people that we are going through. That's all. Thank you all. It was pure surprise, and your understanding and your consolidation brings me so much joy, like a goosebumps I feel, because you are able, which means that it's not like everything was consolidated, means you should be able to understand the whole book, right, to consolidate in a few words. So I really felt so happy, Sirisha.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, just it's a small gift for you. Thank you, Prasanna Garu. Over to you, Bala Garu. So it's a
Balagaru recap session.
yeah.
As usual.
Recap today. It's screen will be like this only. Just try to switch on your videos.
Balagaru, you're on mute. Balagaru, you're on mute.
Yes, sorry. Section 5 we finished like 2-3 weeks ago. It's a long break because of the Navaratri. We didn't have a couple of classes. After section 5, section 6 is very, very interesting. I read some part of it, but let me finish this section 5. So in section 5, Percival covers the shades of the dead and the last portions of the doers. When the ties have fallen away for the ongoer on the former path, here ongoer is the sadhaka, on the former path, he feels no attachment to the family and the community, and he lives a simple life, unnoticed life. On his way, he finds a companion or guide and travels with him. The guide is familiar with the nature forces and the history of the doer. And these guides have rare psychic, mental, and also the mental powers. When the guide asks the companion, I am here to help you with your journey. Are you ready to have me as your guide? He will ask the ongoer. And then the ongoer accepts the guide with his no approval. They travel together a large part of the earth's surface. Then the old guide leaves him and a new guide appears further in the journey. The ongoer with the new guide enters the earth. It is the beginning of the form. There, the beginning of the form path starts. At that time, soon after the lunar germ, at this time enters the filament. The new guide is neither a man or a woman, and he has an understanding far beyond a human being. Together, they go on from daylight to darkness. And gradually, the ongoer gets used to the darkness by a new kind of light, because in that, under the earth, there is no sunlight. They come to the new world inside the earth crust, a world existing on many levels. Slowly, he develops power to perceive the second dimension, to see within and also between surfaces. He sees large mountains, vast plains, and hard fluids, rivers of fire churning, and they are churning where earth currents are meeting. That is how horrible it is. No sun, no moon, no stars are seen. There is no night or day or no shadows because there is no sun. The ground holds him like a magnet, or ground repels his body. He travels in sled-like vehicle. He travels on water in a boat by water force. He crosses huge oceans and sees the forest and trees. There, he sees green is not prevailing color. The foliage is red, blue, green, pink, black, and shining white. These are the colors most, there. Some leaves are 20 feet long. There are edible flowers, fruits, and grains. He sees animals of strange types, but they are friendly. Many animals have no tails or teeth. These are formed by human thoughts only. His sight reaches him into the inside and also in between objects. In some places, he sees some doers working on the orders in their halls of judgment. He sees doers enacting their past life scenes. So they are also, like going through some of the past life scenes. The doers inside the earth crust can be seen, but they cannot be seen, but they have breath forms and senses. Visually, we cannot see, but they have breath form and senses, it seems, even though there is no physical body. Last portion of the doers have ape-like forms without hair and also with large mouths. Others are like leeches with small head and long legs and arms. And the last doers are the selfish human race. They take spider or crab or snake forms. Some take wolf or bat forms also. They attack each other without any satisfaction. He sees, because these are all selfish, they lived in selfish way. That is the reason they take such forms. He sees other last doers called ancient dead. These are these are devoted to personal God or to nature, identified with the deities. So he says he's called ancient dead. These are devoted to personal God or nature, identified with deities. They sought their deities for selfish motives. They praise with flattery prayers for material gifts. So they become, it seems, like that. For such human beings, light of intelligence was cut off. They lost their identity temporarily. The guide takes him through many countries and sees varieties of human beings, and they travel along different layers of earth. Some of the people want the ongoer to leave the guide and stay with them. If he listens to them, he fails to reach the end of the way. That is how, some tricky things happens, but he has to stick on. During the wandering, guide explains him the structure, forces, history of the inner earth. He explains the illusions of time, matter, and matter, and relative reality of all, and the power and behavior of feeling and desire. So on his journey, he explains about all these things to the ongoer sadhaka. He explains at the end the way is in balancing the thoughts. At the end, ongoer left alone in the darkness and settles on him. He seems to be dead, but conscious, and senses are not active. At that time, he feels, he dead. He balances his thoughts one by one as they come. He withdraws the power of thought to become physical. At that time, he has to be very careful. He withdraws to become, again to become physical. His guide reappears and greets him and says to him that he will help him to enter into the form world, into a new body. But if he decides to take life path, he will show him the new guide. So he will give him a choice, either to take him to stop at the form world and to go into a new body, or further go into a life path. He has to decide that. If he chooses form path, his body changes into a structure and nature. Now, the new body has no weight and does not require any solid food. So that is how, the body changes. That is the end of section 5. And now the form, I think the life path begins in section 5.
Life path begins, yes. Welcome back. Now the life path begins. When the ongoer chooses that he wants to go into the life path, that's where the life path begins. Today we will see that how the life path will be going on. Okay. Let me put in there. Okay. So this section is the ongoer on the life path and the light path also in the earth. He knew who he is and he knew what are the choices, because ongoer knows clearly that what is he now. He is not unaware of it. He knew what is he now, what is he doing, right? He knew what is happening. So when ongoer announced his choice that, hey, I want to go to the life path, the guide passes through a hall. He passes through a big hall, and the guide leads him to the crystal rock from which the fountain of clearest waterfalls, sparkling sheets of the spray that is coming up. So he asked him to go himself and cleanse himself into these waters. They will fit him. So he went into that fountain of life. Okay, he dissolves. He feels like he dissolves his body. His body is washes away. The one who prepared, he's so prepared that he doesn't have any fear. Now he is so prepared. And what are they showing here? We will see. Enter the water if you will, and you will enter, and it will enter you. You are entering into the water, and water is entering you. That is what that he is feeling when he is taking that washing himself under the fountain. The vangoer walks into the pool under the fountain. His body drinks the welcome draft, that kind of thing from the water. Okay, he's sliding in the pool of water. The rock, the guide, the chamber disappear. So there's no chamber, there's no hall, there's no guide. So all got disappeared. He feels himself into going into the water. What are the great oceans that are met? He expands like a ocean. He himself feels that he expands the ocean. And whereas waters met, he feels that that current is carrying him. The ocean is going through rocks, water, plants, animal life, all the bodies of the human beings. It is passing. It's a feeling, it's a desiring, the emotional humanity. He feels himself that he is present now, he present in the past. So he is seeing everywhere himself. He is the consciousness of a mankind, expanding the ocean, and he is expanding like a stars. He feels that he is expanding like a ocean, he is expanding like a stars. There are the crossings of the nerves of the human beings in between. He is seeing. He extended furthest, his body was extended furthest to stars. They are like crossings of the spider web, but he's not seeing those web kind of thing. They are like that. He sees the crossings, but he's not seeing the lines. Yet he's conscious that they are. They are. He draws himself together. He's having together, and also he sees himself as a spreading over. Now he feels humanity which in bodies on earth and which without the bodies. He is seeing in the world there are humanity, there are people with the bodies, there are people, humanity without the bodies. So there are some re-existing users of the triune selves. So once they become the triune selves, there are users who become the re-existing as a triune self. That also is able to see. He went out to the mankind, and now the mankind is coming into him. He is very, very conscious of continuing the way. He is not stopping anywhere. He's continuing the way. His feelings of human beings reaching to the form of the world is rushing to him, urging him to come into them and help them and lead them. He also saw that ancient dead some time back. He also saw the lost portions of the doers reminded there. They were lost because they are not seeing the light. They appeal him to strongly. They are appearing this perfect triune self to help him. The light is showing him, but the light is showing him to go on his duty. Go on. He looks the light and affirms his choice of life path. That light is taking him. He is in the pool under the fountain, and he steps out after cleansing himself. After seeing all these things, he steps out. The moment he steps out, he saw the guide where he left him, and he just stepped out and came out. So what do you think that he experienced in this life world in the pool? What is that the feeling that he experienced? Can anyone? What's the feeling that he explained? We say aham. Yeah, go ahead.
That is like oneness. He experienced that oneness.
He experienced the oneness. Yes.
With the moon and stars and everything.
So water becomes like water. So each moment becomes.
He's a consciousness. We can say he's a pure consciousness. Everywhere that pure consciousness is, that pure consciousness only becoming water, that pure consciousness only becoming the ocean, that pure consciousness is becoming the stars. So he's seeing himself everywhere. That's a kind of feeling, right? So even when we are reading, that feeling itself is so great. So how much? Because When everything is the same, why in the world that we are fighting? This is mine, that is mine, this is yours, that is yours. How foolish we are, right, to do that.
I was thinking of Ramana Maharshi. He was always used to say the same thing, there is no other, there is no other.
There's no other. It's all pure consciousness.
Yeah.
So because I feel like when I'm reading, especially when I'm again repeating with you, I had that feeling, that's feeling of that consciousness, right? Here we are just calling the names of the different bodies, Sirisha, Bala, Rajani, and Surikala, but we are all the same.
Yeah.
We are all one and the same. So when we are one and the same, why that hatred is coming between the people? We shouldn't get it. We should all love each other. We are not actually, because when we are a pure consciousness, I won't grab the things from you. You won't grab the things from me. Only thing that we need to spread is this pure love. That pure love, whenever we are spreading, we will be so radiant. That kind of radiant, if the world understood this concept, we can live the better world. We can make the world as a so better place to live. This is the concept that Patrisa wants all of us to learn, all of us to spread. This is where we all need to go to the great way. So that's what happened. Then there's no effort. Without effort, they are moving out of the hall. The body has no weight. He will go in the direction of his desire. Wherever he wants to go, the desire, right? Desire itself is taking him. Desire becoming his motive power. It was his indirect motive power on this earth. When the guide has taken him so far, he can, as he can depart at the end of the form path, the teacher is there met to the ongoer and beginning of the life path. So the guide went, the teacher came into the life path and he came. The teacher is a quite human appearance. He looks like a quite human appearance, simple, unassuming, but there is a sublime in the presence. The color of his physical body is somewhat like a being of the form world. He is from the form world, the life and light worlds. Yet the teacher, notwithstanding his greatness, does not seem stranger to the ongoing. He is not looking like he's a stranger because he experienced, he is there everywhere. Even in the teacher, he is there, teacher is within him. That kind of feeling he got it, right? The life path, along with which ongoer now passes, continues within the earth crust and extends over second and third half of the inner circumstances of the crust. That's what the life path is existing. It is so increasing. The power of thinking is increasing. The power of feeling, desire mind. He can use his speech. He need not speech. He can use his thinking as a speech because now that he can use his righteousness mind and for the reasoning what to do. He achieves the power of examining, penetrating, dissipate, compare, construct, create. Everything he is able to do with his body mind because with his perfect physical body, he is able to do all these things. He learns how to use these powers, yet he is not using them. He know how to use it. Whatever he want to create, he can just like that create it. That's a kind of power he got it. But he is not creating unnecessarily. He is not even thinking unnecessarily. Merely thinking of a subject, the problems will solve. Thinking of a subject, the solution will come. So that he is that kind of thing, which means he is prepared. He was perfectly prepared. The law of thought is his destiny. It is his destiny. He comprehends the cycle of thoughts, how the thought will exteriorize. He knew now. That's why he's not actually thinking anything unnecessarily. All his growth, teacher has not actually instructed. He is seeing all this. Teacher is there just like that, but he is not instructing anything. By bringing up to the problems, he is bringing up some problems to talk to the teacher. The solution is there. He got an opportunity to solve that problem. Thus, ongoing is learning to find the solution of his own problems. Whatever he feels that at that time, this is my problem, he is able to get the solution. So he is this communication was very righteousness and reasoning. So he comes to the end of the life path. So with all the learning the thing, he comes to a path of end of the life path. Now we are in the So he's singing like ah la 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 oh, something like rushing into the thing, right? He was happily singing and coming because he is such an happy person now. The air was filled with so much life. He is able to see everything, pervades him that each unit of his body is signaling. So each body of each cell of his body is singing his own story. What is it singing? It is singing its own story. How what is happening to him, how he has created, what is the beginning, how he come to this living air, all this thing. It sings the things of songs of the life. All nature units outside is joining, all the nature units of the outside join seem to sing these songs. The doer in the mortal body is singing the song of sorrow. The doers in the mortal bodies. He is having immortal body. He is seeing the doers in the mortal bodies like you and me, all of us singing each song of sorrow, bitterness, pain. So we are always feeling, we are always living in the lack mode, right? That's what they say. Why the bitterness, why the pain comes? We are not believing that whatever we ask for, universe is ready to give. Think. Don't try to grab from others. Think of the prosper. Be in the living in the gratitude mode. Whatever that you have, universe is ready to give you. So he understands the song. So what is that he is singing, the life song, and what is these mortal bodies are singing? The air within him is puts him to the tune with the other lives. He understands, he's understanding what is that. He is the conscious. The teacher knows that he can now hear. Now that teacher also knows he can hear an answer to any call. Now the teacher got a confidence on him. The teacher tells him, now that you close your life path, you are going to the light path. Do you want me to come and guide, or do you want to go alone? That's what he asked. Because teacher also got a confidence that he is able to listen, he is able to trying to ask, a thought arises, trying to ask something, he is finding the solution. So now he doesn't need basically a guide or a teacher. So that's what the teacher noticed and asked. And he said, the ongoer said, I will go alone, because he got that confidence now. He thereafter considered and he developed his mental power to know that without the process of thinking, he is connecting to the knower portions of the triune self. He need not think now. He is connecting to the knower portions of the thing. So when he connected the knower portion, he is equal to that, whatever the power, supreme power, right? So I will go alone. So he is, because he knows that light is showing the path, the light by which he knows the path. He finds the light path because he knew when it comes, when it shows the way. The path continues within the earth crust. He is going in under different circumstances. He goes through the white fire. He's going through that white fire. He enters to the fabrics of illusion that he had made, thinking was burnt away. So he is thinking whatever that he had in this life, right? In this life, in a sense, in the mortal bodies, age to age, life to life, place to place, state to state, dissipation to dissipation. So all these things, these are all such a false things. Maya, we call in Telugu, right? These are false things. He burns all these veils, right? In the essential fire of the four elements of the earth sphere. Now he understands this is all just imaginary things. There's nothing existing. It exists only the pure consciousness. In such an ignorance he lived. He understood that. He knew himself that he is a triune self, which is identity and knowledge, in the eternal, in the presence of the light of intelligence. He knew himself by the light, to be the knower of the triune self, his noetic atmosphere within the light. He is in the noetic atmosphere of the light. He knew himself to be the thinker, his mental part. He knew within himself he is in the mental atmosphere, the forming of the mental atmosphere, thinking of a thinker. He knew the light world and he knew the life world now. He knew how the feeling and desire is working in a psychic part. He knew how it is working as a doer. He knew the 12 portions of the doer. He knew he re-existed, how many times he re-existed successively successively. He knew his first existence as a doer in the body. He knew the happy state within the earth. He knew the apparent feeling of the desire, and that put him into the different bodies. He knew that because of his desires only, he was put into the different bodies. He knew the beginning of the way. He wondered the way, how he wandering the way, how he is wandering in the earth crust. He knew the depth of his body, and he knew all re-existences and all incidents. He knew his present embodiment, that incidents taking him to the way, the great way. The world way, he knew the world way that he failed, that led us to the again to the three worlds, and he knew all this is illusion. He knew that separatedness, you, me, separate is a pure illusion. He knew that he is a combining of the three parts, which is a triune self. He knew the triune self is one. We only separated doer, thinker, and knower, and we stopped our thinking at one. We knew that we all be there in the eternal world. Once we all there in the eternal world. He knew that he is in the eternal world once. He re-embodies his illusions of the time thrown upon him. What that feeling and desire made him to go to the so many lifetimes. He burnt all that illusions. He burnt all that he consumed in the physical body. The knowledge that was given by the light, he understands. Now he is in a perfect physical body. Now he knows that he is a triune self complete. He was complete triune self. He knew that there are the three worlds, light and presence of intelligence. He knew that he is a great triune self of the world. He knew that he is a supreme intelligence. He knew that supreme intelligence is leading to this great triune self. He knew that he is all feeling, all knowing, all thinking, which means, what does it mean? On feeling, on thinking, all knowing. The triune self is the omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. So we use these words omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent to the supreme God. But we are all came there. We are all lived there at once. We failed the trial test. Because of that we came. But when you go back to the perfect physical body, he's understanding what is an illusion that he had been all these years, all these lifetimes, not years. He knew that the doers of the human bodies, or even down the portions of the doers, are the state that he has got lost. He knew the great triune self of the world thinks through all these from high to low. It's a feeling, it's a thinking, and knowledge are one. It knows the state of human being, collective state of all human beings at any time. He knows that state, where is the state of human being, where is the collective states. He knows that human beings are not conscious of this great triune self. He knew that the human beings are thinking themselves as a doers. That light world communication, they lost it. They lost the higher offer of that conscious agent. They are lost in their own thought. He knew that great triune self is a coordinator of the intelligence and interactions of their doers. He always, this is trying to, knower is always trying to communicate. The ongoer is arrived before the great triune self, and he was one time the doer of the triune self. One time he was the doer of the triune self. Now he given up. He understands. Now he became an intelligence. He retained that link between the mankind and the perfect body, that is mankind and the great triune self. He understands the exemplification of the relationship between mankind and this triune self. He understands the sameness of all the doers. He connected to the sameness. He connected the different fleshy bodies. He connected how they are in the ignorance. His feelings and desires are like thoughts. He makes a general types of the nature, right? So this world is how it is making his understand. The ongoer sees the light of his intelligence. He is a highest order, the knower, the spear of the fire, the light of the supreme intelligence, that is the light of truth. Ultimately, what is that? It is the truth. He stands presence of the truth. Ultimately, he stands in the presence of that naked truth. The intelligence partake the light, and the light of intelligence loaned to the triune self is what is that light intelligence given to the triune self? It is nothing but the truth. This is the light used by the human being. He cannot stand the truth, so when he become a doer, but when he become the knower, now he can stand with that truth. Nothing can conceal him. He is undimmed light. He was bright light because that the truth is the bright light. The ongoer now arrived before that great triune self of the world, a beauty of the law, that how the thought works, how his thought works, because of his thought, how he was been all these through these years, how he worked in through so many doer bodies. He comprehends himself how the thought is working. He kept adjustment to become to in the great triune self of the world, and he is seeing the ignorance of the other people. He pleases. He was so happy, like we are all feeling happy today to know all these things, right? He's so happy to understand this concept, to understand this one. Now he can administer the benefits of the doers who keep themselves, because he was the moment he understand, he's feeling so unhappy. Oh my God, these all the doers, they don't know that this is all illusion. They are living in this world thinking that they are accumulating. So we are accumulating so much things, so many things, thinking that this is the permanent world, but this is so temporary world. We are not under. That is what he's saying. Array, all these people are living in the darkness. That's what this perfect human body, when he become a triune self, is feeling. He leaves the presence of great triune self of the world and returns to the perfect physical body through light, through life. He's coming back again to see form physical worlds. Yet in all of them, he's conscious what he's actually doing, because once he become being himself as a light, he is feeling that he beams himself as a light. In the life body, he returned to the life body, he returned to the form body, he returned to the embroic and an issue. The thinker and the doer enters into the inner bodies as being of the world, but of the form world. The knower is now in the light body. During these events, the perfect physical body has been left the end of the path in the inner earth crust. In the inner earth crust, the perfect body was left. The triune self enters to the triune self is entering the top of the skull. It is the threefold to the one. It is a perfect physical body, perfect immortal physical body. Now, so once he enters into the physical body, coming back, now he is, because triune self is entering into the skull here, now his body became immortal physical body. His kidneys and so here again, you know that, right? I need not tell, like the kidneys and solar plexus, all these things, how they have changed. We know that we have already gone through. Now he is a being of the light world within the cervical of the vertex and celaphic brain in the head. This is his embodiment. He has entered the body. He finds the teacher. He entered the body and he finds his teacher, whom he left before he enters into the light path. He left at the life path, right? He found out. He accompanied him to the place where the ongoer had left his body. He recognized his teacher and he recognized the three worlds. He recognized the perfect physical body, what his highest state of this with this instrument. Through the eye of the doer that leaves such a body could be set to the fire, to a leaf, or to a city. So such a body could set a fire to the leaf or to the entire city. So that kind of thing that he was entered. He was a perfect body. He was in the realm of permanence. He was in the eternal order of progression. Once he lived in, he becomes an AA, then becomes the triune self, then becomes an intelligence. The doer part of every triune self must undergo this trial test. So here again he is saying, the doer portion of the every undergoing has to enter into this trial test. If you pass this trial test, you will be there. If you fail, if unbalanced, if you are failing this test, majority units will be failing. That's what he is saying. It will come. Then again, all these things you have to go through in your life. You have to become that perfect triune self, complete triune self. And then you need to go and re-existence, because if you fail, you need to come as a re-existence of human bodies as a change. Then when all these things has happened, then you will attain that perfect body of the triune self in the with the physical body. The powerful is a pelvic brain. He is saying the powerful is the pelvic brain, because the other day I'm just telling in Navratri celebration, pelvic brain is a powerful, that is saying, that is having that the power of creation. It is having that power of creation, right? So pelvic brain, that is the powerful brain, he is saying. When acting to the light world, the knower such with the body, he knows that upper spine and head is what and all they are doing it, right? So where it is actually entering. Independently, how the body can act as triune self completes the higher officers of the law of thought. It is triune self. Once you're completing the higher officers of the law of thought as a destiny. You know that. No motives similar to the human beings. Now you don't have the motives like your human beings. You don't want to accumulate the things. You don't want to enjoy the luxury. You don't want gold. You don't want any luxury cars. You don't want so many houses. Because of this, the mass of the human is suffering. The desire is only acting according to the law. Just go with the law, go with the nature. In the nature, no other animal is suffering like human being is suffering. Your animals are coming, they are just living their life and they are going up. Happily they are living and going. If their tummy was full, they are not bothered much. Only human being is the one who is actually suffering a lot, because with that doer mindset that we came. Having entered into the perfect body, the complete triune self of the, it brings the light life form and the form world. It is being all the forms into the noetic world. It is bringing all the lives. It is a designate knowledge. So you are having the designate knowledge that you are all the words. The choice is open to you now. You must made, even now the choice was given to you. Do you want to re-exist? Necessary. Some people, after going there, after knowing all the things, they want to re-exist to teach the, Hare, all these doers are actually suffering. Let me do that. So that kind of thing. If you are so conscious, such a consciousness, if you come into this world, you will not go into this karmic bondage in the earth also. You will try to educate the people like Patri Sir, Sai Baba, so many, Ramana Maharshi, so many people came to this world in this, with this thing. So they restored their life. Whatever that was gone, right? So they were, again, the choice was given. You may be sitting there and governing the worlds, or you may come to this world and try to help the other doers. Anything that can be done. Light of it, the relation between the triune self and intelligence, you got to know. You got to know that all the three courses, the proper course, you need to choose here. It becomes intelligence. It evokes your potential light. It evokes its own potential, right, which rises AIA to the triune self and remains that triune self in the earth sphere. With this, we completed the light body. We just have one more session in the great way. We'll see that next class. Perfect timing. So now I'd like to reflect on